Welcome to Fightmaster Yoga, where it's not just about the pose and you don't have to be perfect. Hi, I'm Leslie Fightmaster, and this is fun-loving, full-body yoga stretch. And we'll focus today on the shoulders. So let's get started, sitting up nice and tall. Take a deep breath as you ground down through your sitting bones. Lengthen through the crown of your head. Bring your hands together. One secret of the joy of living is to practice best case scenario. If you are anything like me, you're already really good at worst case scenario, thinking about all the things that can go wrong. So now we'll change that to start thinking about all of the things that can go right. Now release your hands and softly open your eyes. We're going to start in Vajrasana, which is sitting back on the heels. Now, if that doesn't feel good on your knees, then sit up on a pillow. You could also do Vajrasana, sitting your hips between your heels or sitting on a couple of blocks. So I'm going with Vajrasana, more comfortable today. Make sure your knees don't go wider than the hips. Ground down through your sitting bones. Inhale, sweep your arms out, around, and up. Keep your ribs in. As you exhale, take your arms out to shoulder height and then bring your right arm over the left or touch your shoulders. Lift your chest and breathe here. So we're stretching out the shoulders. So now we're going to widen through the upper back in this one. Take one more breath. And then as you release it, bring your arms straight in front of you, flex your wrists. And now take your right arm all the way across. Turn your left palm to face up and try to get it above your elbow as you just give it a little pull so you get it into your tricep and your shoulder where it connects. And we'll breathe here. Let your neck relax. Always looking for those places in your body that hold tension and just letting that go all day. So release that, sweep your arms out, around, and up, inhale. So instead of letting your back arch and your rib cage puff out, draw it in and keep length through your lower back. Exhale, take the arms out to the sides and now left over right. And you can also touch your shoulders. Lifting the chest. And don't let the shoulders come up around the ears. Let those relax a little. Maybe reach the fingertips up. Take full, deep Ujjayi breaths. And then from here, we'll release that. Bring your arms in front. Now point your fingertips down toward the mat, as if you could touch your fingers to your arms. And then we'll take the left arm across and hook the elbow just above the left elbow. So the elbow's just above it. And then kind of feel this stretch right here in the upper arm and in the shoulder. But then relax away from the ears. If your neck feels tight or a little bit cranky, feel free to move it around. Take one more breath. And then release that. And inhale once again, out, around, and up. Turn your palms to face the back of your mat. Bend your right elbow. Take your left hand across. You're going to spin this tricep in toward your face as you keep your elbow up. Then either keep your left hand on your right elbow or take your left arm out to the side, thumb down, roll the shoulder forward a bit so that you can hold on to your shirt, or maybe you can reach your hands. Roll this left shoulder back, and keep that right elbow up. So as you know by now, it never matters how deep you get into a stretch. So if you don't clasp your hands here, hold your shirt, grab a strap or a towel. It doesn't really matter, just so long as you feel a stretch. Keep rolling this left shoulder back and reaching this right arm up for one more big breath. Let's make it one more after that. And then release. Both arms down, palms up, sweep the arms once again out and around and up. Turn your palms to face the back of the mat. Bend your left elbow, so you take your left hand toward the upper back. With your right hand, you'll spin that tricep in toward your face, keeping the elbow pointed up. And can't even talk today. You can put your right hand on top of the left elbow or right arm out. Roll the shoulder forward so you can get it back there. Once you get it back there, roll it back. Hold on to anything at all that you've got handy. Just make sure that when you're taking it back there, that your rib cage isn't going forward and puffing out again. So you want to pull that in. So if you're not sure how to do it, just take a breath in. Now exhale it out. And those ribs will soften right in. Keep your breath nice and steady. And if at any time this pose gets too uncomfortable on your knees or the tops of your feet or ankles, then feel free to come out of it and sit with your shins crossed instead. You could do that either way. One more long breath. And release. In fact, we'll come off the heels just for a moment. So next inhale, come right up onto your knees as you reach up through the arms. Keep your ribs in. And then as you exhale, take your arms out. Turn your shoulders forward and bring your hands behind you, pressing the fists or the palms together. And then roll the shoulders back again and sit back down. Now, as you're working on this one, whether you're touching your fists together or your palms, see if you can kind of work your hands slowly up toward your neck and then roll the shoulder heads back again, being mindful that you're not letting your ribs puff out. So reverse namaste or reverse namaskar. This one is great for your upper back because as we continue on this journey against gravity, we have a tendency to round the back. This one will make sure that you stay with a nice flattened upper back so it doesn't start to round and you don't start to hunch over too much. Take another breath here. And release. Take your arms out to the sides. Now, especially if you did palms touching behind you, but even if you didn't, press the backs of your hands together and just give it a little counter stretch. And then we'll make our way into a child's pose. So you can take your knees wider apart if you like, so your belly can just fall right down there, or you can keep them close together if that works well for you. Then bring your palms to touch, and then inhale, take your hands toward your upper back. So they're gonna touch there. Then see if you can, while you have your hands toward your upper back, if you can scooch your elbows a little further forward on your mat. So something like that. And breathe here. I'll take just a few breaths. Oh, I can hear my tummy rumbling again. And let's release that. And while we're here, we did this the other day, but it's such a nice one. Make sure your knees are right underneath your shoulders. Keep your pinky down on the mat so palms will face each other, and then bring your chest down toward the mat. And maybe your head could touch. If you've got a yoga block or a folded blanket, you could rest your head on that. Maybe your chin will come down. Doesn't matter if anything touches at all. Just give yourself a nice stretch in those shoulders and your upper back. Keep your belly pulled in. And even though there's an arch in the back here, I'm going to pull in your low belly to keep your low back safe. And then take your palms down, bend one elbow and the other so you can carefully walk yourself back up. And we're coming into Dolphin Pose. So interlacing the fingers, make sure your elbows don't go wider than your shoulders. And with your pinky interlaced, if you make it flush with the other pinky, it won't get squished. Then tuck the toes under and stretch into dolphin. So when you're here, walk your feet in a little bit so that you feel stable, and then press into your forearms and your elbows and the pinky sides of the hands. As you press down on the mat, try to lift your shoulders up away from the mat, so up toward your waist. And then on your next inhale, see if you can walk your feet in a little bit more. See how far they might go. Continue to press down on the elbows and forearms and lift up with the shoulders. And you can always bend your knees here, that's fine. Take one more breath. And then hopefully you have enough room to walk your feet to the back of your mat. If you don't, you're going to have to maneuver yourself a little. I'm going to have to. I'm going to bring my elbows a little bit forward. But we'll come into dolphin plank. And just make sure that your elbows didn't go wider than the shoulders. And instead of having your hips up, drop them down, but not too far down because you don't want to arch the back. So pulling in through the belly. Try to widen across your collarbones. Draw your shoulder blades toward your waist. And now let's step the feet together. Reach through the heels and squeeze the legs toward one another. Pull the belly in and up. Try to squeeze the outer hips a little bit as well. For 3. Long breaths. 2. And 1. Come on down to your belly. Unclasp your hands, take your palms flat. Keep your shoulders in line with your elbows. For a moment, let yourself just drop down so your shoulders come up by your ears. Take an inhale. As you exhale, pull your shoulders back and down and widen across your chest. Then pull the belly in and lengthen your butt to your heels. Keep pressing a little extra into the thumb first finger side of the hands and the inner wrists and inner forearms, because these outer upper arms are going the opposite direction. Take another breath here. And then come down and rest a moment. You can take one ear down or rest your forehead on your hands, whatever you like. Just a couple big breaths here. And release any tension in your shoulders while you're here. I'm going to do this one more time. So make your way back onto your forearms. Elbows under the shoulders. Drop down for a moment so your shoulders come right up around your ears. Take an inhale. Exhale, roll the shoulder heads back. Start to press down into the forearms and the elbows and lengthen butt to heels. Press all 10 toenails down. So you want to make sure that your feet are straight back behind you, that they're not turning in toward each other. And then start to pull your elbows toward your chest. Not that they'll move, but just to engage. And now you can stay right with this if this works well for you, or lift your frontal hip bones toward your low ribs and lengthen your butt some more, and maybe press up off of your elbows. Now if that doesn't feel good in your low back, then stay on your forearms. Breathe. And release. Let's Bring the hands by the low ribs, elbows up. As you inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. As you exhale, tuck your toes, downward facing dog. So bend your knees here and stick your buns way up high and see if you can stretch your back a little bit more. And then start to stretch the heels down. And then inhale, come onto your knees for a moment, but keep your hands just where they were. Now turn your inner elbows toward the front of the mat. Then press more into the thumb first finger side of the hand. So you want your triceps to spin back and your biceps to spin forward, and then come into down dog again, keeping that same rotation of the arms. Keep your knees bent, pull your ribs in, belly in, and then straighten through the legs. Let your head hang. You can even move it here if you like. And then as you inhale, come way up onto your toes. Exhale, keep your butt up and lightly step or hop and sit. Extend the legs in front of you. And sitting in Dandasana, pull the toes back, press the heels down to firm the legs. Then take your right leg and bend the knee. Walk your heel so it's in line with your right hip. Bring your right arm inside. Inhale, reach forward any amount. Exhale, turn and wrap it around the leg. Take your left hand behind your back, and maybe you can find your right hand back there, or you can hold on to your shirt. Sit up tall on your inhale. Roll this left shoulder back and exhale to come forward. Pull in through the belly. This is called Vajrasana A. And you'll see it in the Ashtanga inspired classes too. Take another breath here. It's a great shoulder stretch. Gets into the hip flexors, the hamstrings, low back. It's a good stretch. Inhale, come on up. Keep this foot flat on the floor, but walk it in closer to the left inner thigh. Right hand behind you, left arm up, inhale. Exhale, take the left arm across for your twist. Move this over a little. As you inhale, lengthen up nice and tall. As you exhale, start to turn your chin over your right shoulder. And breathe here. And then inhale, bring the head to center. Exhale, unwind, straighten out your right leg. We'll bend the left. So line up your left heel with your hip, so you have a little bit of space between your foot and the leg. Bring your left arm inside. Reach, reach, reach forward. Turn so that your elbow will bend. Bring your right hand behind and hold your shirt or grab that hand, or the hand can grab the other hand. Inhale, lengthen. Roll the right shoulder away from the floor and come forward, hinging from the hips. And breathe here. Make sure that your straight leg, your right leg, is nice and active. You're hugging those muscles into the bones, which just means that you're engaging your muscles. So press this heel down into the floor and pull the toes back. And then inhale, we'll come on up and release it. Now walk this foot, left foot, right in toward the right thigh, left hand behind, right arm up, sit tall, inhale. Exhale, bring it across and twist. As you inhale, lengthen up through the crown of the head. As you exhale, turn the rib cage. Maybe turn your chin over your shoulder. Make sure that this right leg isn't doing anything funny. Sometimes you forget all about it. So keep pointing the toes up. One more breath. Inhale, bring your head to center, unwind, exhale, bend your knees, lower yourself onto the mat, hug your knees in, and then reach for either your ankles or the little toe sides of your feet into happy baby. stay static or feel free to rock a little bit side to side. And just stretch out those hips a little, getting the knees toward the armpits, lengthening your butt toward the floor. I know this one looks kind of weird and awkward, especially if someone happens to walk by who has never done yoga, but it feels really good. So one more breath. And release your feet to the floor. Lengthen your butt toward your heels. Extend your legs. Let your feet flap open. Shoulder blades away from the ears. Keep that length in the low back. Arms by your sides, away from your body. Palms up. Close your eyes. Relax your forehead and your jaw. Shavasana, quiet mind, quiet body. Shavasana, rest. Our quote today comes from Dale Carnegie. Inaction breeds doubt and fear. Action breeds confidence and courage. If you want to conquer fear, do not sit home and think about it. Go out and get busy. And right where you are, take a slightly deeper breath in. As you exhale, start to move, fingers, toes, hands and feet. Stretch out. Oops, there goes my flowers. Stretch out through your arms and your legs. And then bend your knees, roll yourself off to your right side. Take a moment to honor yourself. Remember to continue to do that frequently and constantly. Another secret to joy. Use your left hand to come up, let the head come last, and cross at the shins, hands together. Bring your hands to your forehead, reminding you to have clear and loving thoughts. Hands to your heart, reminding you to have clear and loving intentions. Hands to your mouth, reminding you to have clear and loving communications, sending this positive energy we created to all beings everywhere. Namaste. If you enjoyed your stretch today, you're going to love this one. I've gotten a lot of good feedback. And did you know that this class is part of my Hatha Yoga Joy 30-day program? For the whole program, click right here.